I've traveled to every country in the world, and there's one question that nearly every single person I've ever met has asked me. I'm gonna let you in on one of the world's best kept secrets. It's a small country hidden deep in the Himalayas, Bhutan. The most significant thing that makes Bhutan so different from every other country is that it's ranked the happiest country in the world. Everything from its government to the spiritual practices have created some of the most genuinely kind people I've ever met. I traveled to Bhutan for the first time back in 2018, and I fell in love with this place and the culture, but I didn't have enough time to see what is arguably the most beautiful temple on earth, Tiger's Nest. So now I'm on a mission to cross this hike off of my bucket list, and along the way, I'm gonna show you why this is my favorite place in the world. This is like the freshest air I've ever breathed. It's gorgeous. Currently hiking in these beautiful untouched mountains, and it's incredible. There's just nobody out here. There's a gorgeous monastery that almost looks like the Tiger's Nest, but like a hidden, off the beaten path, literally, version of it. It's crazy. Just can't believe how beautiful it is. Walking up these mountains feels unbelievably surreal. I almost feel like I need to whisper right now because it feels like this place is a secret. And just seeing all of these prayer flags blowing in the wind is just, there's something so mystical about it. These temples in the background in the monastery. I'm so aware that I'm in a once-in-a-lifetime moment while I'm living it. I feel like it's almost so rare. This remote monastery is where I found Karma, the most soft-spoken, gentle woman I've ever met in my whole life. She was very shy at first, but the more we got to talking, the more her personality began to shine through. Karma has faced a lot of adversity in her life for being different, but she's found peace in these mountains, and she told me that this will be her forever home. She made sure to remind me of the importance of being present, especially during hard times, and that's something that I'll always remember. Wandering around the streets of Paro now, just got a little hot chocolate because it's starting to get pretty cold out, and I cannot tell you how much this town reminds me of like a little Swiss mountain village. It reminds me almost exactly like the little town in Zermatt. If there was skiing here, I would swear we were in Switzerland, but instead of all of the really unique Swiss markings on all of the housing, they have these incredibly intricate designs and flowers painted on literally all of the buildings here. It's incredible to see, and such an idyllic little mountain village. Paro is also home to my favorite kind of shopping.
This is crazy.
The most strange, rare, and unusual artifacts, trinkets, and antiques line every shelf. Now that I have my own apartment, I want to find something special to bring home with me. She was saying that they study for 6 years to become artists, and when they're doing each mandala, they have to hold their breath while they're painting them, so they don't mess up the lines. It's amazing. Just sat down at a little mountain cafe here in Paro to get a quick bite to eat, and I got 2 traditional dishes. This is the chili cheese, and this is the veg momo. I've heard a lot about this chili cheese. It's perfect, like a bit of a stew for the cold weather. Okay, it's really spicy. It is filled to the brim with really spicy chilies.
I'm pretty good with spice. Let's see if Lexi's just being a baby. And she's not. The soup part is really good. Like, it's really, really good. The chili, it's just a lot. It's like half chili, half
I'd say like 75%
chili, yeah. Like, it's a lot of chili.
Maybe this will be a little bit less spicy. I've now reached the city of Thimphu. This is the capital of Bhutan, and behind me there is this massive Buddha. This is Buddha Point. It has this panoramic view of all of these mountains that look like they're just cradling the city of Thimphu, and this is just surreal. I don't think I've ever seen a statue this large in my entire life. It's absolutely breathtaking up here. While exploring Bhutan and all of the other countries that I've traveled to, maintaining my health and fitness goals has become more and more of a priority for me. And as you know, a huge part of that is all about your diet. My #1 go-to snack when traveling is meat sticks. So let me introduce you to the sponsor of this video, Chomps. Their mission is to fuel you with real food without compromising on taste, which is why Chomps are the perfect on-the-go snacks. Their meat sticks are made from grass-fed and finished beef and venison and antibiotic-free turkey. Chomps also has 10 to 12 grams of protein per stick and 0 sugar. My favorite flavor is the original beef, but I also pack the jalapeno beef to have some variety on longer trips. It can be such a challenge to find high-quality protein snacks at airports or when you're on the road, which is why I always pack these with me so that I never have to compromise on my diet. Click the link in the description to learn more, and let me know in the comments what adventure you would bring Chomps on. All right, now let's go to dinner. After a long day, we're now at a local homestead. This house is over 100 years old, and we're gonna be jumping in a little sauna as well as having a traditional Bhutanese meal.
Brunei. So Brunei, I got mom, dad, and 2 daughters.
I'm tired. A nice little meal. I'm ready to go soak my bones. Ooh, look at these traditional little baths. This is so nice. So the way that these baths work is that there's a wooden divider, and when you want the water to be hotter, you knock on the door, and someone will come by with these hot stones and drop them into the other half of the bath, and the stones start sizzling and vibrating and creating all this steam, and it heats up the water that way. So I'm just feeling like a little boiled chicken right now. I'm just gonna fall asleep and slowly drift down. And you mentioned the gross national happiness.
Yes.
Can you explain a bit more of what that is? 'Cause it's very unique to Bhutan.
Yes, gross national happiness is a different concept. We adopted this where we believed that the gross national domestic product or gross national product is there. It judges the economy, but His Majesty felt that the happiness of people is more important than the gross national product. So GNH, the gross national happiness, is more important than GNP, gross national product of the country.
I think that the world has so much to learn from this tiny country that
There is a whole lot of mysticism in the air. You just be here and have over a cup of tea and look up and you just feel it. It is there. And somehow I think most of my guests, they have returned back and they always write back to me that they really miss Bhutan. They do. It's not 99%, I would say it's 100%.
Oh, well, I know I'm gonna miss Bhutan. I don't ever want to leave. It's so nice. There's just so many to choose from. I've decided I'm going to purchase one. I'm afraid it's an impulse buy, but I really love them a lot and I want to bring one home with me. They're just so unique and meaningful to Bhutan and I think it'd be perfect to bring one home. But there's the issue of trying to pick one, which is feeling impossible at the moment.
How are you gonna decide?
I don't know. They said they thought that I had white Tara energy, and I looked it up, and that is such a compliment. It's like maternal healing and compassion and all of this like really lovely stuff. And I'm like, thank you. This one's just like me. Okay. I actually really do like that one a lot.
So this is one of the female goddesses. We call it Taras, right? So we have two forms of Taras. One is a green one and one is a white one. So the one that you see over here, this is white Tara, and she is considered as one of the goddesses for longevity, which is for a long life, long and healthy life.
I love it. All right, I'm taking it. It's coming home. That's the most expensive piece of art I've ever bought. I am about to start a hike that has been on my bucket list for years now. I can see my destination up there, but looks like I've got a long way to go. We've just reached this beautiful prayer wheel on top of one of the mountains. This point marks the halfway point on the hike up, and I'm starting to see closer and closer views of the tiger's nest. Just past the last corner. Oh my gosh! It's so beautiful. I can't believe I made it here.
It's beautiful.
Once we made it to this initial viewpoint here, we actually still have 700 stairs to go all the way down and all the way back up to get to the monastery. This is a very sacred place to the Buddhist people, so you are not allowed to film within the temple. So I'm going to be locking all of our cameras away and experiencing it for ourselves, and I'll have to check back in with you later. I'm just walking down from visiting inside the tiger's nest now, and I'm trying to figure out how to process the energy of what I saw inside of that temple. It really was somewhere of such deep spiritual significance, and I've been to a lot of holy places and I've seen so many different beautiful things, but there was something completely different about this place. The detail of every inch of that place was spectacular. Another really special moment that happened inside of the temple was that there were all of these really young monks, and they were sitting inside the temple with these massive drums, and they were all drumming and chanting, and apparently that only happens right before sunset, so it feels like I had just had the most perfect timing there. And I have to say, just this entire experience did not disappoint. It's just something that's so difficult. Like, I'm struggling so much to even put this into words right now, because there's just something about this place that makes it not only incredibly unique, but I have to say it's like one of my favorite countries and favorite experiences I've ever had. It's my last morning here in Bhutan, and it is unbelievably beautiful up here. We drove above the clouds, and I just can't believe how magical this place is. It really seriously is so special here, and so different than really any other country that I've been to. You can really sense that there's just this like ancient mysticism here, and some kind of magic in the Himalayas that's been hidden away from the world for centuries, and the fact that we can explore so much of this country and see all of these incredible places like the clouds rising over the mountaintops. It's just unforgettable.